What to say about the Flash show? Simply put, the show is now.
Message over!
Seriously, there's a bunch of things that have changed drastically since the first season, and a lot that have not. And today we're going to talk about it. I'm Antonio Ache, and this is Comrom. In the golden age of the Arrowverse, The Flash was the second of a litany of shows to be brought to our nerdy eyes in the Berlanti camp. And I distinctly remember a time when I would rush to see the latest episodes, and I would go absolutely mad at the concept of crossover of any size. Cut to almost 10 years later, and I can barely be bothered to tune in to a season premiere that also happens to be the start of like a 5-episode crossover event. What led to this show's downfall, you may ask? Personally, I narrow it down to about 3 simple words that perfectly encapsulate how ignorantly repetitive and lazy the writing for the show has become. What are those 3 words?
Run, Barry, run. Run, Barry. Run, Barry. Run.
Run, Barry, run. But that phrase isn't in every episode, it's in way too many episodes of way too many seasons. In season 1, they opened with it, and I gotta say, I didn't hate it, but if I'm a hero whose main power is that I can do any variation of flying better than everyone else can, I shouldn't need to be repeatedly reminded to fly. It's not like saying use the force, because it's a lot less wise and a shitload more redundant. If you've been watching most of the superhero shows from the CW, it's easy to get tired of them quickly, because much like that phrase, their episode structure and plot devices are usually simplistic and repetitive. For example, we stopped making videos about Batwoman on this channel. Not because the show stopped or because they changed the casting, but because they were all just going to be filled with eye rolls and hate, and nobody wants to see us say the same thing over and over. Speaking of repeating the same things, Talk No Jutsu, a concept coined by Naruto fans, is a phenomenon where the main character can talk to the most demented, depressed, or diabolical people and make them change their entire life's ideology in a matter of minutes. So it has been shown that one of the wonderful things about the Flash is that he handles his villains differently than, say, Batman or Orion. It's important to note that not all adversaries should be taken down in the same manner, unless, with your speed, we're talking about you running onto the scene and immediately speed slapping whoever is currently threatening the masses. Another problem I have with most movies and shows out there that are about heroes is that they either completely ignore the secret identity side of it, or they constantly have them removing their mask in an effort to show off the actor's face. And I get it, those things are expensive. The Flash, however, takes it a bit further by revealing his identity to an astounding number of villains and randos even. In the first episode of this latest season, Flash takes off his mask in front of this brand new alien who threatened his life like an hour ago, which is doubly stupid to me because he has no idea who this alien is or his real motivations, and he knows that Despero is a telepath. So what does taking off your mask even prove at all? He knows who you are already, dude. For whatever reason, the end of that episode played it as if Despero was some sort of hero from the future. But this plays into another trope of the show, one where Barry talks and the villains change sides, and all the bad guys are good guys again. Also, the crew seems to completely ignore the fact that they have access to multiple versions of time travel and telepathy tech simply to push the plot forward. You mean to tell me that everyone just forgot we created a way to protect ourselves from telepaths after Flash got dish-ragged by a monkey?
By a goddamn monkey.
There are plenty of shows who dealt with ensemble casts and depicted their stories in brilliant ways that changed up the flow enough so that every episode isn't completely cyclical in nature. A couple examples, Legion, Cloak and Dagger, Gifted, Runaways, just to name a few. Most of those are Marvel shows, but I don't want this to turn into yet another conversation about how Marvel does things better than DC, especially since those weren't even connected shows and they were still much better. I just really hope that they notice these flaws and fix them for the last season of Flash. At the time of this recording, we are in the middle of the crossover that starts this season of the second show in the Arrowverse, and I need it to finish strong. If you disagree with any of my previously mentioned points, come at me in the comments. If you enjoyed any season of The Flash before, give this video a like. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you're alerted the next time we discuss a once beloved show. So until the next time a show tries to one-up Game of Thrones by tanking well before its final season, I've been Antonio Ache, and this is Comrom, where we do nerdy reviews with the occasional booze.